Forgive me, hold on. Due to one of the headphones dying that is set outside, I've had to put it and the case on the charger for a bit. As soon as I can, I will put the other one in, and hopefully the sound will get better. Sound quality, that is. It's okay. We're gonna play dominoes. So we're gonna build a house, right? So we're gonna play dominoes, and I, in some ways, hopefully, this will assist you in understanding some things. Okay, let's do that. So, in the Black community, we teach by other means. I'm not going to be giving away trade secrets here. I will be giving away understanding about how I moved as a parent. Okay, my ex-husband and I met in the military community. We played dominoes and spades specifically throughout the military community. Puerto Ricans have a version that includes the Big 12. Um, and most of us start with the big six, and it just depends on how you build your house out here. Okay, that's the same basically as real estate, country. Just roll with me. Okay. So when I meet my ex-husband, he doesn't know how to play dominoes. He's just coming into the military community, and I've been in it all my life. The person who, respectfully, I believe it was my family who taught me all these games of chance. Now do you understand? If you understand that in non indigenous communities, chance, so to speak, is a bad thing, then you would understand why others' parents would say, do not practice said thing. Now, I need you to keep up with me and stop pushing your disrespectful, out of pocket, behind energy around your belief systems. If you cannot suspend your beliefs, then leave. This is not a conversation for you. Okay. You teach your children war, go fish, um, Old Maid. Those are also card games and games of chance. Now that's it. That's your chance. Now, I taught my ex-husband how to play dominoes, and we became really good at playing spades. And for the record, we played a game that included cannabis in 1996. That's how I built all of this foundationally. So fine. Don't listen to me. Go on. You making money. You got this. Uh, this is for those who don't understand real estate. And I'm willing to wait. I will turn this camera on, go take a nap, go to sleep, whatever it is. I don't give two shits. I got my foundation built. How about you? Cool beans. This is the foundation of which I speak. Before you can build a house of any other type, you have to be able to build a foundation. So in domino, the way we play, you have to get your name on the board. That's the foundation of your house and homeowners association in this case. Okay, people be with me now, right? So in order to get your name on the board, you have to get in my house, in my community, 10, 10 points. So the person who has the big six, that's the spinner. You put the six down, right? This big, whatever, it doesn't matter. Get the six down, okay? Keep up. Put the six down, and then people who have a six, and this is why we're playing with people a group of four. So the person who has the six that matches other ends, they put it down. So six and four would make 10. Yes, the six on this end and the four on that end, that makes 10. You keeping a beat with me? Okally dokally. That gets your name on the board, and then you can begin to build your house or houses. In this case, so you basically bought your community, and that pays for the foundations for the houses you're building. And then you build each house, in multiples of 10. But you can then begin to collect fives. It's just why. That's nickels and dimes. Yes? Okay. A house is worth 50 cents. You need four houses at 50 cents to complete one homeowners association unit. Your goal is to get a minimum of 250 and as much as you can achieve accordingly, whatever number y'all have chosen, right? And that's how you play dominoes. Okay. I taught that to my children when they were young. We played dominoes as a family. We played Monopoly. We played life. We played chess. I am the family chess champion. Now, I'll tell you a secret about me being champion. Tiny bit. Now, remember, I raised the other three. Okay. I basically raised all four of us. But anyway, um, my children's father and I played chess. He taught me the metrics because I hadn't played chess before we married. And then I beat him at chess and I stopped playing. We would have three children together, and our youngest one is was in chess club when he was young. He has gone on to the United States military, where when he got in, we discussed military tactics just as a way of communicating. General George Patton and things like that. General George Patton believed that he was the reincarnation of Genghis Khan. And I thought that was very interesting, having gone through my experiences. And then to hear my son tell me that he had gone to church behind said experience, right? So, how can I deny any faith when my death experience opened the door to my son's alignment with God and or the side? It would be really odd if I can walk them through dominoes at 5 and 6 and they can beat men in the barber shop while waiting to get a haircut at 12 and 15, then imagine what they can be. When I sought out to give them their own opportunity at victory, my job was to give them work ethic, um, to give them everything that I knew good about God despite my life experiences. God didn't do anything to me. God saw us through everything. That was it. In the darkest of it, in the midst of what you would call my iniquities, in the throes of not knowing where else to put pain. We're building a house today. Stay with me. I did things that the moralist would otherwise call immoral or unethical. Yet, understanding battered wife syndrome and how far we've come from when our mothers and grandmothers couldn't get credit, couldn't sign a check, and had to sign their name with an X. 5 and 10. Okay. After that, you get zeros. X's and O's, yo. I told you, it's not a zero. It's a cipher. It's not an I. It's the line on the axis of Y. Divorcee math. Y equals mx plus b. If you do that math, Y, me, equals x plus b. It's the slope of things. You see, for centuries, things have been sliding and they're sloping or whatever you want to call it, gyroscoping in the way that had men, no matter what, involved in women's business. Since when did birthing babies become men's business? You don't know what goes on inside of the female body, but by way of theory and us telling you. And then you go and get a book, put something in it, and then tell us it's true. Welcome to being a cometist in the world of white medicine. You see, I understood clearly that allowing you to take out a portion of my stomach would cause things to happen to my body. What you never told me was that it was going to cause my brain to fracture, that I was in danger of becoming an addict, and that I would die due to my heart stopping because of malnutrition. I could have fought off almost anything that happened to me, even the spinal cord injury. You put me in a state of paralysis, also known as lock syndrome. And then a fucking clock came along, blew out my brain. I died in a chair not too far from here, and I prayed every day that God would give me the strength to keep going long enough to get justice for Demario and Kat. I was fine with passing. My children loved me, even though they were bothered with me in the moment because of their situation between their father and I. Simultaneously, watching the world around me, and I knew the world wasn't ready for Kat. I knew that before too long, he'd be in the hands of someone who did not care for him. He'd be in danger of being captured, abused, traumatized, for being the child of someone who refused to continue to remain in alignment with the darkness that was filling his life as a young black man coming out of Memphis, Tennessee, growing up in poverty. My cousin may have been hanging on by a thread. He did not put a bullet in his own head. There is no way to die by suicide with 9 bullets in you. Uncle Neil is one of the rare few who was scooped up off the streets and taken immediately to the hospital, if not for the fact that he was not dead yet, and certainly not brain dead, which is a requirement for you to pull the plug and stop trying to care for him. What was his time of death? How much blood had he lost? What was in his system? I requested all that information. And knowing that I was dying, I took it upon myself to investigate his death and pass that on to the appropriate people. So that just in case, I hate to say it, our family was involved, Mario would still get justice. It's not his fault that he thought his mother was a pimp and he went down that path. He tried to hustle as a little kid, selling cookies and sodas and shit in Detroit. That's why Detroit came to Memphis. See, that's why Memphis is willing to move heaven and earth to get to me. I didn't do it for glory. I didn't do it for anybody else. I technically didn't do it for Demario and Cash. I did it so that history would have a chance. The more we let people die in the streets, the more we become Pete Hegseth, spoken or not. So I refuse. I put names on it. You want to judge other people? I'm gonna put names on those who deserve to be in judgment with you. I call judgment on Pete Hegseth too. I believe my other headphone just went out. which there, just for the record, I'm not afraid. I don't care. I knew my life would be in danger. There's a song by CeeLo Grey, Crazy. He says in that song that my heroes are willing to put their lives on the line for this. I'll stand on it. You want me to be a domestic terrorist? Fine. Lock me up the way you did Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and everybody else. Make it my privilege. And then martyr me so that you can get your wish and end this country. You'll bring it to its fucking knees. And it'll have nothing to do with me. And that's the house I built. What'd you build? We're all waiting for the fruits of your labors to be revealed. From what I can see, you're born rotten fruit. It's up to you to snatch it out from the root. Like a